Notts County Talk player ratings after a fantastic 2-0 win at home to Yeovil. First of all, thank you for everyone that joined in with the discussion video. Some great questions are coming in, just really fantastic chat, so positive. Just had a real laugh because we've seen some poor performances from Notts in the past few weeks. But actually, this was really controlling, comprehensive win. Never massively threatened and probably 80 minutes of that dominant. So really good. Okay, I'm going to go into the player ratings then. Slocum, much better today, much more commanding, much more calm, in control. He's going to get a 7 from me. Very good performance. He's been shaky in the past few weeks, but as the confidence is coming back in the team, the confidence is also coming back with Sam Slocum, I think. So well done, Sam. 7 out of 10. Enzio at wing back. Head in my hands when I saw it. Was I wrong? Yes, I was. Very good. In for Dion Kelly-Evans. Defensively, left Rawlinson a tiny bit exposed, but what do you expect when you're playing in there? Offensively, good. His work rate defensively was very good. But all in all, I don't really think I can complain too much about Enzio, and he gets a 7.5. Offers a different threat. One that I think teams might forget about when you've got a wing back there. He's not an out-and-out winger, so we're not always got to be so sure on that side, but actually he played really well. He linked up a good few times with Innie Effiong as well, so 7.5. Goes to our centre-backs. Now, for the first time in weeks, I've given different ratings for Lacey and Rawlinson. So going with Rawlinson, I think a 6.5. I think he looked a little bit tired, but defensive-wise wasn't as solid. Now, I've just said that I think Enzio left him a little bit exposed, so that 6.5 isn't all he's doing. But still, it's a good 6.5. It's a clean sheet, and probably maybe I'm being a bit harsh. It could rise to a 7, but still solid at the back as ever. Let's go to Lacey over the other side. So Lacey, for me, does he leave a game without blood on his shirt or without an injury? Puts his head in where it is. He's got that quality. He's got that class. Helped with the clean sheet today. Kept a player like Rhys Murphy quiet along with the other two centre-backs. So he's going to get a 7 from me. And that leaves Ellis in the middle. Now, I've said this in the discussion, and you can go and have a look at what we said about Ellis. But actually, I think now he's the first choice centre-back, just based off his performances. He's going to get an 8.5. I think he was class. I think he marshalled in the middle really well. He kept the player, as I've just said, like Rhys Murphy, very quiet. And all in all, he's just composed. He wins the ball. He wins headers. His positioning's fantastic. He knows when to step out and win it. So very good from him. And that completes the centre-backs. We then go to Jordan Barnett. What a strike. Thoroughly deserved from him. Absolutely incredible strike. He tried a couple earlier. Missed his chances. He tried a one-on-one, missed, so he goes and scores a more difficult chance. And that could be 20 yards further out and probably still has the power to go top corner, so credit to him. I wasn't happy with him starting ahead of Miller, but again, I was very wrong and very good choice from Ardley. So he gets the big 8.5 along with Ellis. Now we move on to the midfield. Usually midfield 2, it was more of a midfield central 3 today. I'll start with Reeves. I thought he was good. I thought always got that energy. I thought he was more compact in that midfield 3, which didn't sort of shine a light on any mistakes they were making, really, because they could all clean up for each other. I think it was important against a strong side like Yeovil, a physically strong side, a very tough battle inside, to have those 3, and I think it's a good choice by Ardley. So I go for an 8 for Reeves. I thought he was pretty decent. It's a fantastic finish. No, you know what? I'm going to go 8.5. Fantastic finish from him. He's rocketed it. Yes, it took a slight deflection, but it's a wobbly rocket, I think Charlie Slater said. And all round, his confidence is growing, and he sort of looked today as if, I know that I'm actually a player that's very good in this division, so good from him. We'll go O'Brien next, 7.5. Always get a good performance. He's having a mini revival after being out the side. Just really wants to play, doesn't he? He just wants to play football. He just wants to get stuck in. He just wants to win everything he possibly can and fight for the team. And we're going to need that now, because we've got a run in where players are going to be tired, and you're going to need players like Reeves and O'Brien to lift things. And it's hard. It's hard to take one of these players out the side for the next game. Are we going to continue with that 3? You've got to accommodate Rodriguez. It's difficult, but I think O'Brien staked a massive claim there, so he gets a 7.5. And then I go Doyle. I think he was the poorer of the 3 centre mids, but wasn't actually that bad. I think he gets a 7. I think he's just outshone by the other 2. A few sloppy moments. Didn't get involved as much as usual, but that's obviously the work's been shared out in a midfield three. So he gets a 7. So 8.5 for Reeves, 7.5 for O'Brien, and a 7 for Michael Doyle. Then takes us to our strikers, and I'm giving them both the same, and I could basically say the same about both. Effiong and Wootton, really good, linked up, did the dirty work, weren't too reliant on our strikers today, which is unusual when you get a 2-0 win. They just did exactly what they were asked to do. Effiong's work rate and his confidence since he scored the penalty against Bournemouth, was it Bournemouth? Yeah, Bournemouth, have just gone up and up and up. And I don't know, are we going to see what he's made of? We've now got 5 strikers fighting for two spots, if you look at Knowles, Sam and Knight as well. But he's not done himself any harm in that situation at all. I'm just wondering whether he'll be switched up for the next game. But they both get 7s to me. And then Ben Turner came in, injury to Lacey, nothing wrong at all, 6.5. And if I'm gonna add, there's a suggestion sent in to us. I'm gonna add a manager rating. I'm gonna give Ardley an 8.5 today. Absolutely spot on. Got everything right tactically. He seems to have these games where he's just, when it really matters, he gets them right. Stockport is one on 2 occasions which I can think of. This game really, really good. So credit to Ardley as well. Absolutely brilliant performance. We've dominated. We've played well. We've played as a cohesive unit for 80-85 minutes, and it just feels fantastic to finally have a game like that in the locker and just really, really enjoy it as fans. If you haven't, go and check out the discussion we had. Fan chat regular Will. As I said, really positive vibes, real laugh, and please go and check that out and like, comment and subscribe.